and get rid of that. And my word, let me just have a look at that. Stand by, caller. I will be with you in a moment. Live. Is that working? Oh, it's that one. Oh, you're wrong one. Right. That one. Why is that not? I don't understand why this is not working. Let me just... Hi, Josh. Hi, Patricia, the uninvited guest. Hello. Hello. I'm not quite sure what is going on because I can't necessarily see that it's recording. Let me just click that. Who's that, Patricia? Yeah, maybe Patricia, but I can't see it recording. So there may be an element of I'm doing this and it's not recording, so no one can watch it afterwards. Why is that not? If you'll bear with me a moment, I'll see what I can do to rectify this. 8.1. How yeah, man. No, it's not made for kids. Hang on, let's just do this. Let's see if that works. I don't even know where it's got the thumbnail from. Hang on. No, I'm not going to swear this time. But I can't see the I can't see the comments. I can only see the first couple. Lots of people are coming online. Let's have a look at this. Let's do that. This is very frustrating. I can't see any of the chat. Yeah. Right. I'm not going to start until I get this absolutely bob on. Right. Hopefully. Right. I'm going to kill this. I'm going to come back in a minute. I'm going to restart everything because for some reason... oh, hang on a second. I apologize. What YouTube has done is just change from portrait to landscape. So I can see everybody. My potty mouth nearly came out there, but it's not. I've got the juice. And I just want to say thank you for everyone's patience. Look, when I was a kid, it was chalk and blackboard at school. all this kind of modern stuff. Chocolate Frenzy, yay! Alison Wright, yay! Patricia, yay! Cliff Cook, I can see you. All I'm going to say is, hello, YouTubers. Hello, world. Hello, you wrong-uns. Welcome to live number 8. We got there nearly 10 minutes late. To Robert Eddington, afternoon, the uninvited guest, hello. To Pink Roses, hi, Adrian. Nos with da, pwywch tad nawr te. If you can speak Welsh, Pink Roses. Holden Official, we need to get you on StreamYard. Oh, that's a whole new step. Holden Official, whole new step that no doubt I will break. But welcome to live number 8. A bit of housekeeping at the front, as always. The next live is going to be the 5th of April. I know I keep saying this, but I am working my butt off at the minute with lots of different things. And I just want to say thank you to young Jacob, who is editing some of the videos and I believe is a genius. So thank you, Jacob. And we're trying to get a team together. So if you want to be part of the team, if you can bring something to the team, I've got no cash, got no money, because this is not earning me any money. But I'd love you to be part of the team if you can help out in any way. So the email is in the about, and it's business, so you can contact me if you wish, so long as it's about being part of the team. And today, I just wanted to say, Peter Gurney, Peter, we are here. Lovely. And who else? Yeah, Pink Roses, Matt, Millie. Hello, Adrian. Hello, Millie. And Patricia, I need a stiff drink after that. Definitely need something stiff, Patricia. Today, I want to bring to your attention. What is today? Emma L, you're always at it on a Sunday. Emma's been on the cooking sherry. 1 for the trifle, 2 for Emma. What is today? I know it's Sunday. I know it's God's day, if you believe in that kind of stuff. But what is today? Well, I'll tell you. And have you noticed how none of the press are talking about it? None. Nix. Nada. Absolutely nout. It is the 3rd anniversary of this country going into lockdown. March 26th, 2020. They're not talking about that, are they? I wonder why. Patricia, the hubster's bringing her a glass. Blimey, is it traumatic? Is that traumatic watching this, Patricia? Peter Gurney, your rest day. Bless you, sir. Mine too. But as I say, next live, before I need to go in chronological order, otherwise I'll get myself lost. April 5th, next live, because the next couple of weeks is very, very, very busy. Personally, I'm not going to go into it because everybody's working harder for less, more hours for less money. So 5th of April. And then during April, I think there are 4 dates, which are, if I can, no, I don't have it with me, but there are 4 dates in April. We'll do that. And I think there's 4 or 5 in May. So we're getting into the rhythm of almost 1 a week. Next live is going to be April 5th, 2023. Today is the 3rd anniversary of lockdown. Can you remember that? You know, on the Thursday when you used to go rattling your pots and pans. Was it Shakin' Stevens? And they told us, no, it's only going to be 5 or 6 weeks. 3 years later, they're saying, oh, hang on, COVID's still around. I mean, and I know people that are catching COVID. I don't know why I did that. I know people that are catching COVID. It makes them feel quite naughty for 24 hours and then they just get over it. And I'm not belittling that at all because, you know, some people find it more difficult than others, but it's still around. We're just going to live with it now. But I will tell you this. There were only 2 people during the whole of the lockdown. I'm having to be very measured what I say here because they will take me off. Emma L, birthday tomorrow, so I started early. Happy birthday, Emma. Rhianwen, Pink Roses. Oh, I don't know. There's no vowels in that, Rhianwen. What was the other one? Yeah, Tush Shane Bob Sice. And there's only the Welsh know what that is. But I was let into the club. And I can't tell you what it is because YouTube definitely will kill this video. So it's the 3rd anniversary. And initially, remember, it was 5 or 6 weeks. It was only going to be a little bit. There were only 2 men that actually stood their ground and told us what should be done. One, Donald J. on the other side of the Atlantic. Mind you, I'm not sure about swigging bleach. But he said the Chinese takeaway was Chinese. And then Bojo, oh yeah, herd immunity, brilliant. And it would have worked. Wouldn't have been profitable, but it would have worked. And now we're 3 years down the line to the day. I've lost some very dear friends. And I'm sure you have. I'm sure you've lost family members. But I'm going to get to Matt Hancock today because he still needs to foxtrot Oscar. Because this is the man that wouldn't let people see their loved ones in old folks' homes who died. Wouldn't that human need of contact, we're social animals, contact, even if it was just to hold the hand of your nearest and dearest, and that man said no. So why is society and people of this country, this sceptred isle, allowing him 10 grand a day? As I say, we'll get to him in a little while. But I want to dive straight in. Hang on, Mad Brody is yeah. Patricia's saying happy birthday for tomorrow, Emma. Mad Brody, happy birthday, Emma. Having a few me sen, as it's my birthday today. Happy birthday, Mad Brody. Me sen. Are you from the northeast, Mad Brody? Me sen. I've known that in a while. I want to make you aware of something that's happening on April 23rd. No, I'm not talking about our day, the English day, St. George's Day. Now, all these ignorant people who go, oh, it was Palestinian. He's our patron saint. And if you don't like it, oi, you know where the channel is. So April 23rd, 2023, what's going to happen on St. George's Day this year? And I do feel they've chosen that day on purpose. The government are going to send you a test emergency text alert, if you wish, to all mobile phones in this country. St. George's Day, they're going to send you a mobile alert to your mobile phone. All mobile phones in this country. Why would they do that? This is a country that's been through world wars. This is the country that is perpetually at war with somebody somewhere around the world every 10 years or so. Why would we need an emergency alert? But here's the rub. Unless you respond, you will not be allowed to use your mobile phone until you acknowledge that alert. Now, you know me. I'm about to give you a solution. So, when you do, when this alert comes through, because it's an emergency alert. It's everybody's going to die. We're Armageddon. Notice how they're using fear to control us. Again. So when you respond to this alert, this emergency alert, because Britain needs alerts, it's an old gag. When you do, the government will know exactly which phone is active, where, and will be able to link your phone to your personal data. But how would they have your personal data? Have you not got a government gateway personal ID thingy? No, it's not that. No. There was a reason why I told you about it's the 3rd anniversary of me and you and everybody else going into lockdown. Because remember when the only way that you could get out of the house, apart from rattling your pots and pans on the front doorstep for the NHS, quite rightly, did you ever have any of the apps on your phone so that you could go out and it would track you? And it would track you to the pub if you went to the pub, and you had to sign into the app to get into the pub. Remember that? And everybody was up in arms saying, we just want to go for a beer. Should have gone down to 10 Downing Street. There was loads there. So when you signed into the app, for the pub, to get the pub to have an odd snifter, they were tracking you all the time. And now they're going to attach you to that data. And there's a couple of people, well, one massive big country, and then a couple that are going to make shed loads out of it. So, wasn't there talk in Parliament that they wouldn't let the Chinese anywhere near running this kind of data harvesting? And then have you noticed it's Rich Boy and his missus that do the same? Well, missus and her dad and her family. That's what they're into. That's their business. Rich Boy. So you see, it don't matter whether you unseat them in the next general election, because Rich Boy is already making his hundreds of millions. You don't matter. You think you've got control? If voting changed anything, they'd abolish it. Cliff Cook says, the feature has been in phones for years in the US. They use it for local weather events or missing kids. No, none of those apps were on my phone. I know, Cliff. I didn't check in to go to the pub. It was none of the government's business what I did. None. Still isn't. But I'll tell you this, just keep 2030 in your head, because that's where it's going. I remember, I'm not going to go into too much detail, obviously, but I was aware back in the late 80s and all the way through the 90s of stuff that was going on, and there was various groups of people that just wanted to control us. And it's only like Bill Gates. Bill Gates is not, he didn't Microsoft. Somebody else come up with that. Do you not know that? Philanthropy, paying all the journalists. All right, Bill. So you can just kind of sit and complain. And rather than that, I'm going to give you a solution. And the solution could be, now this is for Jobs, Steve Jobs. It's for him. His phone, because it's not even Johnny, the designer. He's legged it. Or if you don't want these emergency alerts, you go into your settings, into notification, then scroll down to the bottom and turn off the emergency alerts. I've already done it. Can't even speak today. April 23rd, 2023, the government is going to send you a text. It's an emergency alert, and you have to respond. If you don't respond, then you can't use your phone, and what the government will do will then align that phone with the data it's already harvested to know everything about you. Or you can go into your settings, into notifications, scroll down all the way down to the bottom, and turn those beggars off. Now it's down to you. We don't have tornadoes, and I am thinking about the people of Mississippi. We don't have severe weather conditions in this country. It's green, it's pleasant, it's a bit wet every now and again. But we don't have severe weather. I mean, I was living in Scotland. We had Hurricane Borbag. It's a Scots word. I'm not translating it. But the Scots just got on with it. They just went, oh, it's a bit windy. Everybody in England who didn't experience it were like, oh, hurricane! And all the Scots, I mean, and again, I'm not going to go into too much detail because it gives so much away. But the Scots just put an extra T-shirt on and went, oh, it's a bit windy. Should we go to the pub? The Scots laughed at the English, quite rightly. Hurricane Borbag. I was there. I remember it. I was involved in it. Obviously, I'm not the Borbag and I'm not the hurricane. But either way, I've just alerted you, like the government. I'm telling you, they're going to take control of your phone. So, what else did I want to say? Yeah, well, just checking about the convicted stalker. He now has, for Voice of Reason, unless it's the Belfidians behind the paywall, they're still, what exactly are they paying for? Just like as a group. Now, yes, he did. MIC. Bill Gates bought Microsoft Systems. Yeah, he did. Everybody thought the geek will inherit the earth. Him and Fauci. Voice of Reason. It was standing when he was convicted at 373,000 subscribers. It's now down to 340 this week. So he's losing over 1,000 subscribers per week, and has done for 6 months. Just checking in, because I've had other people say, oh, his subscribers are going up. Just telling you, 6 months, over 1,000 a week. 33,000 subscribers, vamooshed. Now, I'm a little confused, because it seems that a lot of people have views. They have opinions. And as I said in one of my very first videos, opinions are like backsides. Everybody's got one. I've sanitized that a little bit. But Andrew Tate, is he out to choke you in Romania? Because I'm now seeing online stuff. Because I would have thought the first thing that you do is you do an interview. And literally, that interview on whatever platform would decimate any other video viewing. I mean, it would be in the billions, I'm sure. Now, I might be exaggerating, but it's artistic license. I can do that. Is he out? Is he out of Chogi? And what is he doing? I would have arranged, if I was, and he's a clever boy, he's a clever puppy. So on the one hand, you've got the women going, he's a misogynist. He raises his hands to women. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? And on the other hand, young men who are desperate for leaders. Men need strong leadership. They need strong discipline, and they need strong, mind you, I'm going into the Frank Boff area now, and Jamie Theakston, but not quite. Men need strong leadership. And what are we getting? What are we getting? Rich boy Sunak. And there's Boris. Where's the leaders? It's 2023. Where are the Churchillian leaders? Where are the leaders that know where we're going and can tell us where we're going? Because it's all a distraction. It's all a distraction. It's all lies, subterfuge, and a distraction so that you don't find out what's going on. But if anybody knows what's happening to Andrew Tate, is he still in Chogi in Romania, or is he out? I've seen more things online around him and his views, or some of them. So isn't it interesting how in 2023 women have a very strong viewpoint about him? But what is that based on? And men, diametrically opposed to that female viewpoint, also have a strong viewpoint on Andrew Tate. I mean, I've seen some of his workouts, tasty. But the women believe he's the antithesis of everything that a man should be towards a woman. It's interesting. Where's the evidence? Greta Thunberg. I wanted to make a comment a few weeks ago about young Greta. Can you remember that faking the arrest? No wonder she's keeping her head down, so to speak. No innuendo intended. Innuendo. Isn't that an Italian suppository? I'll wait for you. Northworthy sagas and stories. From what I've read, Andrew Tate is still in custody. Well, very confusing, but maybe that's part of the shtick. Maybe that's part of the deal. Create confusion so that when he does come out, because he will. I've seen a video which says that he's got cancer. I hope not. I wish him well. So back to Greta Thunberg. Yeah. Oh, Pink Roses. Scotland are looking to get a Humza Yousaf. Poor Scotland. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I loved my 10 years in Scotland. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Worked with some amazing and brilliant and wonderful people whom I miss dearly. And they're proper. They don't muck about, the Scots. They don't muck about. They're straight as a die, up and down. And bloody Jimmy Cranky, what she did to that country. I think history will be very cruel to her. Young Jimmy. Especially when her husband's now legged it. Where there's 600,000 reasons why we need to know what's going on. They're lying about the membership for the SNP. Oof. Politicians lying? Well, I never. All things, Alan. Some of us Scots are still following you, Adrian. Brilliant, brilliant. Love it. And I have to say that there's so much beauty in Scotland, not just the countryside itself, but buildings, Edinburgh, and some of the outlying areas are just, and the Weege. Don't forget the Weege. Scotland is so breathtakingly beautiful. I would move back in a heartbeat. And I love the people. I love them. Some of them. Most of them. 99.9%. I do have some stories, let me tell you. Stephen Hall, the Doom Goblin. Greta, yeah, I've heard that one. I just, after, I don't know whether you've seen the reportage, and maybe I should go and bring it and include it in this. But Greta was that fake arrest. It was fake. And people bought it. So why would Greta want to fake an arrest? Why would she need that kind of publicity? Sorry, I mean, I know that I'm reading the comments. You can read them if you wish, because you'll know roughly where I am. But Paulie, Galtieri, what's the latest of the Lamley? Karen ran off with the money to fight the BBC. Don't forget Nottinghamshire Police. I am working on some stuff in the background. Again, I'm not going to bring it here for the moment. This is a live. It's a live stream. It's just me and you. And a few others. So I don't know why Greta needed to fake anything. Because she has the platform. But remember, Prince Charles met her. And a lot of powerful people around the world met her. And she was kind of like a cool celeb. And then fakes an arrest? She might not have done, but somebody has. And we haven't talked about that yet. Autistic? Well, it's no excuse. Someone came up with the plan, executed the plan, and we saw through it. It's only a matter of time. You just, look, I believe if you want to see someone's character, give them power. Suss that one. Really sad news about Andrew Lloyd Webber's son, Nick, this week. Now, irrespective of what you feel about Andrew Lloyd Webber, the greatest tragedy in life is when a parent outlives their child. That's all I'm going to say on that. It is awful that any parent has to go through that. Thank you, Stephen. Greta's parents were actors. She's not. And the convicted stalker. Chris Mundy, man, I've been here half an hour in various guises, in various iterations. But the convicted stalker, do you know, I saw a group photo, a historical group photo the other day with some famous people, and Liberace was in that photo. And I just thought, it's a convicted stalker. There's definitely a bit of Liberace about him. And Liberace sued the Daily Mirror and won for various things. And it turns out the Daily Mirror was right all along. Oi, oi, oi. He sued the Mirror and won for a lot of money back in the day. And the Mirror was right. Liberace. Wow. Wanted to very quickly mention, because I'm going to go to some of your comments about Lisa's story. I'm going to go to comments about Matt Hancock. I'm going to go to some comments about the convicted stalker. Because it's almost as if I've had some of the scales taken from my eyes. as regards the convicted stalker. And the reason why I never mention his name is because there's a little device sitting in the corner of the room that any time I say Alex, I must have upset her. Because the last live, every time I said Alex, she was kicking off. Couldn't get a word in edgeways. So, convicted stalker it is. But just very quickly, I'm going to go Hoddit and Doddit in Montecito. I'm going to go Lisa's story because some of you found the video quite heart-wrenching. So I'm going to talk about that in a moment. And then Matt Hancock and then convicted stalker. But I've just realised something. You know, the kind of crossy thing that you put in front of things for online sort of searching and stuff, and it's called a hash tag. Hoddit and Doddit in Montecito must have a very unique hash tag. See what I did there? I only thought about that earlier. It's been right in front of my eyes for ages. Hoddit and Doddit. Do you think they've got their own specific hash tag? Now, it was always known in the beginning, oh, worldwide privacy tour, we want to wear. We always knew that that Harold, and he's not even called Harold, he's called John. Because isn't Harry, Harry's a derivative. It's not actually his name. So there isn't anywhere where he's got 4 names. I can't remember them off the top of my head. Got to walk down that cul-de-sac rather quickly. But the hash tag team, he wanted an American court. He wanted to leg it over to the States via Canada or wherever and just have his own court. He wanted a royal court in America. He wanted to be Prince William. Told you before. We say in the Northeast, but Harry Braid, whacked him over the bonce with a golf club. And that was quickly sanitised. I was in newsrooms when that came in. So I saw the initial reportage come in on the wires. Because Harry has hated William from the get-go and has wanted to be William because he believed he was the bigger star. But what happened was the royal family were just keeping him safe from himself. And he wanted an American court. The Queen wouldn't allow that. Gav's weather vids from Wiki. My hands are here. Not, on my computer. Henry Charles Albert David. Henry, that's it. Thank you. Supposed to be a broadcaster. Jade Leaf 1980. So thank you, Gav's weather vids and Emma L and Paulie. Henry Charles Albert David. So he's called after his dad, Charles Albert. I'm sure after a dog. And David? Well, why would he be called David? Isn't that his... Do you think I should do a video on who I think Harry's dad is? Because it's not who you think it is. There's two other usual suspects. Because Diana was a bit lively in the early days. Could be any one of 3, but I've narrowed it down to 2. Should I do a video? So the hashtag team from Montecito want a balcony moment. They want to come across and they want to be on the balcony with their royal family. Obviously, Harry talks like that after he's had a spliff. And it looks like they're negotiating through the press. Now, I said in the last live, it's drama, endless drama. Now, for the hashtag team, they just get coverage. They don't care. Their brand, coverage. We're associated with the British royal family. And the British royal family are going, oh, what have they done next? But they have very clever people working for them, the best. And I said to Prince Charles, I implored King Charles III to get a grip of these two. But do they care? Do they genuinely actually care? Kathy Harbour, please don't speak ill of the dead. No, just, what, Liberace? Pie Whacker Trixie Bell. Alan Charles is his dad. Which one's Alan Charles? Pie Whacker Trixie Bell? Go on, tell me, and I'll tell you whether he is or not. Because if I make a video, I'll be able to show you the evidence. Can you not remember the polo match years ago? When some girls... hey? It's proven! Front door of Diana's apartment in Kensington Palace was a revolving door. Proven. So it's fact. And by the way, you know the stuff that you read in the press? Where they told you certain stuff? I've got irrefutable evidence that that was a lie. So I don't speak ill of the dead. I speak facts. Now, if that upsets you, I'm really sorry for that. Paulie, more chance of the current Mrs. Belfield being exposed. Correct. So the hashtag team, they want to see the duo, Hoddit and Doddit, they want their balcony moment. They still want to sell the royal family and their association with the royal family because, as Harry has said, he's only got a few years left, maybe 10 years left, a decade left, where he's able to sell that before he kind of disappears, because the line of succession is very defined now with William and his kids. Harry hasn't got much further. Michael Everson could be Rob Charles. Nah, Rob's too nice. Let me get on to, if you haven't seen the video, please go and have a look. It's called Lisa's Story, and I think it's had quite a profound effect on a few people. As I said about late night radio, it's the theatre of the mind. It's a beautiful, romantic, sometimes stark, and sometimes painful place for people who just want to come and tell their story. I've said this a few times. And I was very, very honoured to be able to create that space for people to step into and tell their story. Some harrowing, some funny. But Lisa's story was unique on Real Radio in South Wales. And she was very honest and very courageous in telling her story. Now, some people have very vociferous opinions on this. I'm just going to read them and let you make of it what you will. But Greg Preston, thank you for the comment, Greg. Greg said in response to Lisa's video, Lisa's story, she says, that's Lisa, it's not his fault with her face smashed up, blind, half dead, but I love him. Deserves all she gets. Fiona, Adrian, she brought innocent children into an abusive situation, chose to give her children away because of him. What a joke. She sacrificed her children to indulge in some kind of sick masochistic enactment. The bloke was scared he was going to hit him, and she said, that doesn't matter, just help him. So sick, like a codependent, oblivious to the safety of everyone, just so long as she can get a fix from a dominant she chose to be a slave for. Talking about dominance, have you seen Liz Truss lately? She's still wearing that day collar. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google day collar and be careful, don't do it at work. Chris Mundy, wow, I feel so sorry for this lady. You can hear the pain in every word. Did you guys ever provide any aftercare? With some callers, yes. Not sure Lisa wanted any aftercare, but sometimes it's talking on the radio may seem like you as if it's an intrusion, but at the point where someone's picked up the telephone and called the radio show, it allows us certain privileges. And I thought Lisa was very courageous, heart-rendering story, and you know, there are both sides of that particular story. Lisa didn't want any. So I think that Lisa must have felt some kind of catharsis, some kind of healing from just telling her story. And it's almost like, and you know, the hashtag team would know all about this, talking therapy, where merely by talking about things helps you heal. So I'm hoping in a way that Lisa got some closure and catharsis from talking on the radio, because I thought she was very courageous. The Saints number one. I hope Lisa is okay now. Bless her. Angela Gill, I really, really hope that you bring back a phone in. Maybe one day as a caller. Oh, Angela, that would be lovely. More importantly, as a listener. Come on, Adrian. Make it happen. Maybe I'll do a poll and find out. Because I'm not sure. My only reservation is that the audience, you, knew what a phone-in was. Yes, I know the Convicted Stalker did it on YouTube. And technically, I don't think it's that difficult. But it's about the callers. It's about getting the volume of calls into the show to be able to sustain a phone-in. And I was talking to a very, 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 very dear friend, Francis, the other day, who was giving me some steers onto what I need to do in this modern land, this land of YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. I mean, TikTok's really kicking off. Really kicking off. The Americans, twitchy bum time, blimey. The Americans, their backside's putting like a rabbit's nose at the minute over TikTok. Why? What do they know? They're not telling us. Yeah, I know. Another Chinese takeaway. Alan Pape, you never know what others go through, Adrian. What a tragic life Lisa had. Thank you, Alan. Andy Sinsky, a harrowing account, Adrian. I hope Lisa is now in a happy relationship. I hope this also shows any of the brainless online trolls and hard of thinking what a true professional you are, Adrian, and your back catalogue of phone-ins are a credit to you. That's very kind of you, Andy. Thank you. I remember being an avid listener from your East Midlands Century days. I hope you play many, many more. Trying to, Andy. We've got... It's literally just time. If the big lad upstairs can just put another couple of hours on the end of the day, maybe I'll get round to a little bit of what I'm attempting to do. But I do appreciate your kind words, Andy. Thank you very much. Jade Leaf 1980. I wonder how Lisa is now, hopefully surviving a lot better and without guilt and heartache. Annie Watt. Bless Lisa. I really hope she found some kind of happiness one day, but how could she ever be truly happy after the hand she has been dealt? Just heartbreaking. Chocolate Frenzy. Thank you, Annie Watt. Chocolate Frenzy. Wow. That was very difficult to listen to. What a traumatic life Lisa has had. It's very hard to understand why women will stay with men like that unless you have had a similar experience. I really hope that she is living a better life now and is in a much happier place. Thank you, Chocolate Frenzy. And the uninvited guest says it's not just men who abuse women, women abuse men as well. And you could ask that question about men staying with women who abuse them. I agree. It's not just one way. And the way that society is changing, women wanted to have their freedom to go and do as they wish. And it's interesting that women have chosen specific... I mean, I had this conversation with somebody the other day. Maybe I should have brought it here. But what is it with orange women? What is it with filler and fake eyelashes, fake eyebrows, filler in there, fizzog? What? And I don't get it. So women have the freedom that they've always desired to do whatever they want. And what do? Ruin themselves. Drugs, drink, filler. And I tell you, there is a problem in society now because the lad's just backing off going, oi, 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 what are you? And the lads are very measured because the masculine is a particular. And would you want that as your constant? And I will say this to you. Look, men look to their women for succor. They look to their woman One, the most important thing that any woman can give to a man. Not that, you're wrongin'. Loyalty. Because men see loyalty as love. And there's other things that men are sort of backing off now. It's like there's a golden rule for marriage. Do not ever put your children ahead of your husband, or do not ever put your children ahead of your wife. So society in 2023 is really changing. Alan says, Adrian, bless you. Poor Lisa's story is so compelling and so real, it brought a tear to my eye. A big, tough ex-forces bloke. I really miss radio like this and never judge anyone brave enough to tell their stories. I hope Lisa and her children went on to have a good life. We'll never know, I guess. Well, Lisa may watch one of these videos, and if Lisa does, then I do hope she gets in contact. The uninvited guest. Thank you, Alan. Thank you for your comment. The uninvited guest. Wow. I am in tears listening to that, as no one should have to go through life being abused. I hope that Sue, who was mentioned in the call, and Lisa are in a better place now and got the help that they needed. Thank you. And Emma L., a harrowing story and a terrible cycle of violence and abuse which that poor woman suffered. Abusers are cowards who seek out and prey on the vulnerable and those who cannot fight back. It's all about control. A raw, fascinating story told by a courageous woman. Thank you for posting. Thank you for your comment, Emma. And Retro on his bikes, finally. I was lucky to be in port to catching that live yesterday. It was really entertaining. Thank you, Retro. Lisa's story was hard to listen to, too. I find it amazing how she still held some feelings for her abuser. I hope Lisa has found some peace now. Talking about it to someone will have helped. I do hope so, Retro. I do hope so. Blimey. Tempest Future, as I say every week, but we try to keep it down to an hour or so. Just so that I will... Some of the stuff that I prepared for this live, I will keep for another video for during the week. But I just wanted to touch on Rich Boy Sunak, because there's just something. Emma, Tarquin's in Vegas, spending Bellfield's money on gambling and rent boys. Funny, funny, funny. Pink roses. Nor do I. They look awful, but they think they look gorgeous. Oh, yeah, about women. We've turned orange. Well, I haven't. I'm a ginge. Rich Boy Sunak, front of the Mail on Sunday, or the Daily Mail, whatever they call it now. And I think the lunatics have taken over the asylum, because he's saying, I will let victims say how to punish yobs. Now, the first thing that stood out to me was the language being used there. Yobs. That is press and PR. That's not genuine politics for the greater good. That is press and PR. So you know that they'll be saying one thing and they won't be doing the same thing. They'll be doing something else. Like raping this country of our taxes. And then I thought, okay, I will let the victims say how to punish yobs. I thought that was the victim impact statement in court. That's how you get to the sentence, because the judge will take that into consideration. Peter, it's called age, you're wrongin'. Peter Gurney said, you look like a grey, not a ginger. I am not a grey. I am not an alien. I am definitely human. Mind you, sometimes I do question it. So who is the audience for this particular headline? I will let victims say how to punish yobs. Is it the right-wing Middle England who the Tory party think that they might not get the vote of at the next general election? It's only maybe just a year away. They're saying 2024. All the bets are on 2024. I don't think they're going to have one of those snap elections, because the Tory party's in such doo-doo that I am sure they're making money over the next 18 months or so to get it out. And as I said a little earlier when I was talking about Andrew Tate, Rich Boy Sunak is leadership by focus groups. They go to the focus groups and want to know what the country wants, and then they just put the headlines out. He's not a leader. He's a spitting image puppet. Now, Rich Boy, I believe, in my view, is insipid and just wants to get the £1 billion deals. I'm sure. Because he never really... I mean, for all Bojo's faults, he was always there in front of a camera. Obviously, sometimes blubbering, blundering, anything else with a B. That's why it's called Boris. But for me, it looks like this is Rich Boy versus Bojo. This is a fight to the political death. Did you notice that when Bojo was in front of the select committee, that Rich Boy come out and talked about paying his taxes, how much he paid for taxes? Timing, everything's timing. You've got to watch the timing for everything. And I thought, is this Rich Boy Sunak versus Bojo, the blonde bombshell? Or is this taxes versus mea culpa? I got caught out with a little livener at a party when I was telling everybody else they've got to stay indoors. I get that he's a bumbling clown, but remember that politics is merely the entertainment arm of the military-industrial complex. And all of a sudden, we're back at war. Politicians, wouldn't pee on them if they're on fire. So, have I got time? I might save the Matt Hancock. Yeah, I'll save the Matt Hancock for another video that I'll do over the next couple of days. But I just wanted to, on the Proper Wrong'un video, I wanted to comment on Comedy Gold. I had a major conversation with a dear friend about comedy. How there isn't any. I mean, I don't watch TV anymore. I don't need a license to watch telly because I don't watch it. But there's no comedy. I mean, is it because fear rules nowadays? Yes, I do. I just, before I just do these few comments, I'm having my my jigsaw is very complex as regarding the convicted stalker, but my jigsaw is still being done, and it's not complete by a long stretch, but I have greater understanding. I was going to say this a lot earlier in this live, that instead of, sometimes you just need to sit still. As I say, if you want to see someone's character, give them power. But sometimes you just need to sit and be, metaphorically, of course, and just watch and observe, because people's character always shows themselves, and it might not be your perception, because if you're continually doing stuff, and you're around them, as I was with a convicted stalker on a daily basis, I didn't quite see everything because I felt sorry for the guy. I didn't see everything. So sometimes just sitting still. Yeah, Mad Brody. TV license free here also. So a Proper Wrong'un, if you want to go and watch it. And can I, with the greatest humility, can I just make this offer to you? Please watch the videos that I've uploaded a couple of times, because what I've done on purpose is layered stuff. And it's only when you get to find out another piece of the jigsaw, does this part of the puzzle make sense? And that's what I've had to do, and go back and view them, because there's a lot of detail in there that I am sure you will have missed. And I did it on purpose because I don't know how stringent the algorithm is for YouTube. But a Proper Wrong'un video I uploaded a couple of weeks ago, and I just want to get to some comments because they're very, very, very insightful. From Conspiracy Pundit, we were talking about us being cash cows from governments. Screw politics. Do you only come here to actually promote your own videos? Yeah, Otto Wrong'un. From Conspiracy Pundit, I was talking about being cash cows, me and you, how we're manipulated into just cough up all the time. We've got less money now because of the fuel, because of the food. And have you heard of the Bilderberg Group? Well, maybe I should have done. So why would they have supermarket chains meeting there? They're all in on it, man. So anyway, it's talking about being cash cows. And Conspiracy Pundit said, it works by you opening your wallet. Just jump the broomstick rather than take a bullet by signing a contract with the government to basically hand over most of your lifetime assets in a divorce. Well, we were talking about marriage, I think. I know she is different and she loves me. She loves me. Well, over 80% of divorces are filed by women. Wow, where'd you get that from? Conspiracy Pundit, 80%. I mean, I know women are mad sometimes. And no fault divorce translates as, it was his fault. I am sure yours will go against the divorce grain. Absolutely. Oh, look, I'm too old. What's the old saying? I'm too old a cat to be fucked by a kitten. So I'm in a really lovely, lovely, lovely place. And, you know, I'm not going to bring too much of my personal life here, but I've searched all my life for this particular love. And I'm very, very happy with it. And of course, like Alex, you have stumbled into a world you currently know next to nothing about. You are correct there. Was that a tad cynical? I hope so. On a final note, if you decided to take up skydiving and the instructor told you that 4 out of 5 of the parachutes never deploy, would you jump? Clever. And I do hope your lady friend has not been married before herself, as the more previous marriages, the higher the divorce rates. But do not listen to some rando on the internet. Nothing is true online. I remember the BBC News once stating that, or was it the Mail Online? Could have been any of them. Don't confuse me with facts. My mind's made up. Annie Watt. Adrian, you should be annoyed at Belfraud stealing your content, making money off his old colleagues' backs. What sort of a person does that? Well, we know all about him now, don't we? Belfidians, feel free to have a pop with me. I don't care. Love your content and most interesting radio tales. Thank you, Annie Watt. And finally, Chalky White. Hi, Adrian. I was talking about being in Nottingham, and I had... it was like a little industrial estate and a little shopping place just across Trent Bridge in Nottingham. And I loved Nottingham. Loved. I went to some friends and said to them, look, I'm being offered this gig. Should I take it? And they said, you will love Nottingham. Well, I love the whole of the East Midlands. It just felt so right. Nottinghamshire, Leicestershire, Derbyshire. It's where I started my ninjutsu in Newark. So I have a great affinity for Nottinghamshire and the East Midlands. But I saw that, so the BBC were one end of this road with security on it, and Century 106 was the other end. And I saw all this construction work going on. And Charky says, hi, Adrian. The building student accommodation adjacent to Century 106. Gem Radio now. That was one of the convicted stalkers' handles on some of the websites. Not knocking it down, sorry for the confusion. To be fair, it's all being redeveloped around there now, and I'm guessing that will continue all the way down to London Road, to Trent Bridge. Places are never the same when you go back, eh? But it's my home, and I love it. Keep up the good work. Yeah, wrong. And Charky, thank you for that. And I know it holds a very fond place in my heart, being in the East Midlands, and I lived there for 6-7 years. Loved working at Century 106. Had the best fun. And I will say to those that continue to say, phone in, Adrian, phone in. Yeah, I would love to. But for the moment, I'm just going to get my feet under the table with the lives, get them going regularly, so I can talk to you on a regular basis, and then we'll set something up so that you can talk to me and the whole wide world. And on that note, I'm not going to finish just yet. I want to tell you that if you go back and listen to Roger trying to say Scum Sucking Pond Life, the other videos, yeah, Stephen Hall, not seen Nottingham in 7 years. Me neither. I left in 2004 and a bit. And it was that going back. I was sad to see how some of it's ended up. I was the Japanese have a phrase, daijubyo, which it pleases my heart. And some of what I saw in Nottingham and how it's developed, daijubyo, but other not so. So thank you, Chuggy. Maybe we'll... no. I think you've had enough today. It is Sunday. And remember, it's the 3rd anniversary. Just keep these peepers on the press and see what they say over the next few days, because realistically, they should be talking about it. But will they? Paulie, check out Sir Jimmy Savile's community post, Belfield's prison cell. ML Belfield Savile impressions were very creepy. Say no more. So thank you for your support again. Few videos coming this week that we've already created. Thank you again to the genius that is young Jacob. And we've got a few more ideas. So I'm just getting used to being a creator and keeping the content coming regularly. And we'll get to a point where you will know there's content coming because it's a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Thursday. And I'm off to a quiz tonight. Screwed politics, you're wronging. He says, I'm just doing the Lord's work, Adrian. It is Sunday after all. You are correct, but it depends from which part of the religious spectrum you are, because today is no different from any other work day. To some and to others, it is their Lord's Day, not mine. Because I wouldn't agree or subscribe to any kind of religion that does what the Catholic Church has done to children. My name's Adrian Allen. Thank you for your likes, your subscriptions, but most of all, your indulgence. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. There's lots coming very, very soon. Thank you for your time today. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I shall see you. When's the next one? I think it's April the 5th. Next live is April the 5th. And more videos coming this week. See you in the next video.